Hey, this is Chris with AvigationPro.com. Tomorrow morning, I got to get up real early. I've got a big road trip coming up, and I'm going to be on the road for 14 hours or so over the next 2 days. And so I was in here downloading podcasts so that I would have interesting and educational material to plow through while I've got all this wind chill time over the next 2 days. And I thought that would be a great chance for me to throw up a quick video and just share with you my process for dealing with that. You see, I've always heard this theory that if you surround yourself with great people, it'll make you better. And so when I moved to Augusta back in 2005, I tried to find the fastest running group in town that I could actually sort of hang with, and I'd run with those guys. So it's kind of the same concept when you're flying airplanes. You want to go fly with the instructor that's going to be hard on you. Um, or when it comes to knowledge and the conversation and philosophy that you listen to, if you can find the best people, it'll make you sharper. So for about 10 years now, I've been making it a point to scour the internet and find the best information. Um, this is my device. It's a SanDisk 5 gig MP3 player, and I've just spent about a half hour downloading podcasts, and it's based on what I'm currently interested in, and it's stuff that's going to help me, build the Avigation Pro website. Currently, I'm hooked on this podcast called Eventual Millionaire. It's this awesome lady, Jamie Tardy, that does a weekly interview with a millionaire, and she finds out what they did and how they're doing, and I always find them very educational and inspiring. Trying out a new one on internet marketing. This is all brand new to me. And so I figure I've got a lot to learn. So I found the first guy that came up when I searched internet marketing, and I downloaded like 20 of his last episodes. So I'll have time to go through most of those. But anyway, in the past, I've been interested and fascinated in so many things. A lot of colleges and universities are putting their information up for free. You can download sermons. Last year, I listened to a series of lectures on death from a professor, and I think it was from Yale College. It's amazing what's out there. I've studied politics, I've studied history, the military, the markets, libertarian economics, all kinds of stuff. In fact, there are tools available online to allow you to take YouTube videos and convert them into an MP3 and then download them. So back in 2008 and 2012, all the presidential debates, I didn't have time to sit there and watch them, but I downloaded them and I listened to them while I was training for ultra marathons. Speaking of ultra marathons, there's a podcast I've been hooked on for years called Ultra Runner Podcast, or URP. It's URP.com or Ultra Runner Podcast. I love those guys. They're constantly interviewing elite athletes, top runners, and um, I just want to stress the point that there's no wasted time. Time spent working out, driving, sitting in a hotel room, whatever you may be doing as you're building your career, trying to rise to your potential. Um, One great thing that I've really tapped into is the ability to find great information that people are putting out there available for free. It takes some time to do the research. Like I say, I've probably spent 30 or 40 minutes tonight just cherry picking some of the best information that's going to be most useful to me at this point and loading this guy up. And I've got hours and hours of stuff now, and I'll be able to spend much of the time on the road, listening to stuff that's going to help me prepare. So anyway, if you haven't been doing that, I would just like to make the case that you should. As I go through all this material, I'll keep a notepad handy. If there's a name or a website or some reference mentioned, I'll pause it and jot it down. If it's something really heavy, I'll maybe make a note to go back and re-listen to that one later. And then I use Evernote to go back and keep notes of anything that's super, super powerful or anything that I just don't want to forget. At a minimum, though, it's educational, it's inspiring. I know I've already said that, but and regardless of what you're interested in, it doesn't matter. The full spectrum, wherever you stand with your educational interest or your theology or your philosophy. Sermon audio, I as a Christian find sermon audio to be a wonderful resource, thousands of sermons, and I've spent hours and hours on the road listening to some of the stuff I've downloaded from sermon audio. But it doesn't matter, whatever your interests are, there's somebody who is an expert in that field creating podcasts, putting information out, putting material out. And I would just like to encourage you, if you haven't been doing that, if you haven't been making it part of your routine, Uh, get a device. A lot of people use an iPhone, iPod, whatever. I particularly like this one. Maybe it takes me longer. I don't know. This uses a manual folder system, so I have to kind of build the folders, drag and drop. But I like having that control um, over it. And then I find some are, 9 minutes long, some are 3 hours long. It got really good once these devices had the hard drive storage big enough to where it could, at least fit a couple of hours of stuff. I remember back and, with my first one, 256 megabytes or whatever, and you'd run out of data pretty quickly on it. But anyway, as I was preparing for this trip, and doing what I've been doing, I thought it would be a good opportunity to just kind of share that with you guys and let you know, hey, if you want to rise to the top, which is what I'm trying to encourage people to do, always be growing, always be challenging yourself, and always be educating yourself. And this day and age, it's available. Anything you want to know, you can learn, and it's out there for free. Um, so if you haven't made it a habit, begin to think about scouring the internet, finding people that you're interested in, people that you respect, and downloading their information, storing it on a device, and then having it ready to go so that when you're stuck, somewhere and you don't have anything to do, you can at least continue learning, continue processing information that'll be valuable to you and help you grow. Thank you. Please continue to stay on the Avigation Pro website. I've got plans for some interviews upcoming, and I've been marketing my course. So I hope I'll get some takers for my course to help you become a pilot, saving time and money going through the flight training program. And please stay tuned for future videos. I'm hoping to ramp this thing up real quickly. Thank you.